Our amino acid SuperManiek, which I am a co-creator of, will change something in your life. If you don't have breeding jobs, good feed, or good pigeons, he will not change anything in your life. And if there are no pigeons, if there is no health, the conditioner will not help. We will compare it to an athlete. If an athlete is sick, if an athlete has an injury, or something is wrong with him, or is poor athlete material, I will do nothing from him, and you have to start with that. Nutrients are there to help the athlete. And these pigeons must be really good. We have to rely on good feed, because if an athlete eats a slice of lard and I don't know, he drinks sugar, it won't help him either. Food has to be balanced, there has to be knowledge of this food. So, a good pigeon, good flight material, hard work, good food, and last but not least, dear ladies and gentlemen. They help, they really help, we are a living example of that. Within a few years we have reached the top of Poland, and we are flying in a branch where there are not many pigeons for the first flights. About 200 pigeons go. We are doing the results in Poland on these accounts, and the pilots in Poland, so we are able to rebuild our pigeons. Get them in shape and keep them in shape. And we rely on the measures that I am talking about now. Our conditioners were created. The first thing that was created was our SuperManiek. SuperManiek, because, of course, the name comes from Mariusz. There are also those amino acids that made the barbells jump better in this Superman. But it's not that simple to produce a good conditioner or a good remedy. He's supposed to work like I said. And if my pigeon has done the job, he deserves this supplement. If he did not do this work, I do not know why you are giving him this conditioner. You also need to know that the administration of nutrients must be balanced. If no work has been done, I do not know why we give conditioners. Most do it because they're used to it. We always give a given conditioner for something. Amino acids are different. There are different fractions of amino acids. It's not that easy to make a good product. I found out about it. Our first attempt was to compare products available on the market, so we made a short analysis. I consider the amino acids stand out in the pigeon market. I will not say what these companies are. It was different. You also had to see which amino acids were working and which were not. Such an anecdote for you with these nutrients, they are supposed to help and not decide about the development of breeding, because then it will end badly. I started giving these amino acids to the breeding farm. They were different fractions of amino acids. Some worked better, some worked worse. I really gave these amino acids to breeding a lot, at first several times, then these amino acids were fed, for example, every other day or every day. What is the danger? The fact that I will be administering amino acids daily is a mistake. I have to give amino acids for the muscle reconstruction, for the panic reconstruction, because they are needed there. In the breeding season, I used amino acids, because of course I couldn't hurt the pigeons. I always gave these amino acids. My pigeons began to molt faster in this breeding. They let go of the feathers, they were too strong. You know that this is a disadvantage in pigeon sport. In addition, such mixing with nutrients sometimes does not help, and we focus on helping these pigeons. And not to overuse these supplements. After the pigeons return, we give this preparation. It can be applied to the water, it can also be given to grain, also through two types of some fractions, either through water or through the grain. If there are flights 100 to 120 kilometers, then you need to distinguish. Because, ladies and gentlemen, you think that you feed and use nutrients through mileage, and you have to look at the performance of physical effort. 150 kilometers and 150 kilometers are not equal distances. 150 kilometers with a crosswind or against the wind, that's not 150 kilometers with the wind. For example, we do 20 shipments, this is not 5 shipments. We are to help these pigeons. And back to the conditioners. Good feeding of nutrients, we will come back to the end of this amino acid, that is, for example, 30 seconds over a short distance of 40. But if we are dealing with athletes who can actually improve their flight results, then these 30 seconds gives us the difference between the 10th and 50th pigeon on the competition list. If we add a good reconstruction for 14 flights, then I am positive I get some benefit on each reconstruction. If someone rebuilds badly, he negates. So after 5 to 6 flights I am already beginning to outweigh the competitor who cannot do it. After 10 flights, I'm already starting to dominate. And I must admit that in pigeon sport repeatability counts. Pigeons that do 11, 12, 13 competitions on the other side of the competition list do not count. It has to be repeatability, it has to be top, and this is what we are looking for in pigeon sport. And these amino acids are to help us rebuild the bird's flight. I do not hide that our pigeons, as we would notice, have started to train better over the years. For example, on Monday and Tuesday, pigeons did not fly at all after exercise. I say after exercise, not 100 kilometers. So when it was sharp, when we flew sharp, they started to fly well on Wednesday, and on Thursday we saw a good training. It is the grower who sees these signs of form. There's a chop, there's a change of direction, so it shows. On Friday these pigeons were flying really well, and on Saturday there was basketing, on Sunday there was a flight. Now our pigeons train well on Wednesday. It's like postponing it one day. This can be used because good training, good transport, faster recovery of the pigeon to the state before the stress test, this is our big plus. And this SuperManiek is used in breeding. I will not discuss where, what or how. It's all on the labels. It's not meant to be labeled, it's just written as I dosed it as I used it. Well now yes. If my pigeon already knows these amino acids during the breeding, it is raised on these amino acids, then it is known that if it comes to the racing loft as an older pigeon, these amino acids are known. They don't cause any upset, no new adaptation. And I also have a big plus for it. What is it all about? Well, the point is not to cause the so-called breakdown of metabolism in our players. This metabolism can also be spoiled with food, it can be spoiled with nutrients. I do not understand why use, for example, 3 types of feed for breeding. Some people save on this breeding, use weaker feeds. On the racing loft, they use some more expensive, better company's feed. Well, that's our metabolism. This player's metabolism gets sharply in the ass. It is known that to adapt to the feed or to the nutrient, if I give, for example, a given agent, a cheaper one, or today I give the amino acid Superman, and tomorrow I try some other amino acid on the flight stick, it is known that this metabolism gets upset. If he gets upset, his form is disturbed. The body reacts to this as if it were poisoned. So my pigeon kept on this, for example, Superman on the breeding ground, knows it on the flight. There is no upset there, no news there. Form is being built, there is training. There is a training group and there is work. And that's enough to keep it in this form. Maybe so much about Superman. Please give it as on the leaflet. Please do not give it in any increased concentrations, because it does not make sense. As it says on the flyer, it worked best. We tested this measure a bit, we did tests, so what was best is on the leaflet.